Okay, now in this question we're being asked to look at these two amino acids and how they can be linked to form two dipeptides. So we're going to put these two together, and the fact that it can be two different dipeptides obviously means there's going to be two bonds, two amide bonds or peptide bonds, and how the structure changes as it goes through from being basic, neutral and acidic. Now the first thing with this question is to not get too confused by some fairly basic things. Don't confuse this with an amine group. It's part of this, so it's an amide at the end, and because these are showing the zwitterions, we can just take these off here at the moment and make that NH2 and make this COOH and just make that NH2 and make the COOH. So at a neutral pH we'd kind of expect it to be a little bit like that. So obviously one way of bonding these is just those two reacting, the amine and the carboxylic acid, to make the amide link there. And the second way would be to have those two bonding together. So if we do that, we've got one under neutral conditions. The one under basic conditions obviously is just going to show the fact that there would be a acid group reacting with the base, and that's probably easy showing once we've got them drawn. Now all I've done is redraw these, but taking out any charges that appear. Now first of all I'm just going to do a bond between these two, and try and put those together. Now I'm going to kind of have to spread it out a little bit, so that's going to be C, and okay, now I've just kind of drawn those in there, and that's a rather big amide link there, and that would be under a neutral pH. Now if we had an acid present, obviously the acid group isn't going to react with it. This is not a base, it's part of the amide link. This would react, the amine, the base, so that would become NH3 plus in acid conditions, right? However, if we had base conditions, that would go back towards being NH2, and obviously the base isn't going to react with the base, the acid will. So just get rid of that, and that would become O minus. So that would be that under base conditions. So that's three structures that I would draw for that. Now that's one way of joining them. We haven't shown the way of joining this with this side, which is going to be a different structure, and I'll draw that next. Now I've just swapped these structures around so we can show this bonding with this, and I'll do that now. I'll just get rid of those squares. Now if we get rid of that and show them bonding together, okay, again I have to show them how I'm doing that. That's an N, it's a single H, and that's going to go across all the way over the ending. That's not drawn obviously properly. I'd have that closer together, but that's basically what we'd have. Now that's under neutral conditions. Under acid conditions we'd expect the base react, so that would change from that to that, and that would be under acid conditions. Under base conditions we'd leave that there, and we'd just change that to AOO minus. Okay, so that's that question effectively answered.